Today, we are delighted to have Nelson.S to share his testimony with us. His topic is, "The Lord Allowed Me to Graduate." To find us, you can visit Podbean at www.fmpl.podbean.com or search Positive Living in America or Esther's Chat on Positive Living on YouTube.
Hello, my name is Nelson.S. and I would like to share my testimony today, which I have titled, "The Lord Allowed Me to Graduate." In the fall of 1989, my academic schedule included a design course that was given only once a year. As an architecture student, my last year included two main design courses. One course was given in the fall semester and the other in the spring semester. The fall design course was a prerequisite for the spring design course. The students were assigned to one of three professors who would be teaching the design course. We were given a project to design a community of buildings using city planning concepts. The focus was more on the interaction of building masses and the spaces between them. By this time, I had been a Christian for about 5 years. Knowing the amount of work that was needed to finish the course and the subjective way the instructors graded, I found myself praying often. At the end of the semester, I met with a panel of three professors who would give me my final design review. One of these instructors was the director of the School of Architecture. One of the other instructors was my course professor. The course instructor informed me after the review and with the director's approval that I would not be passing the course. Even though I had done the work required, the decision had been made to give me a failing grade. I was speechless and dismayed. What would happen to my studies, I wondered. What did this mean? All this work for nothing, I thought. Many things went through my mind as I walked back to my apartment. In my frustration, I began to think of myself as a failure. It had crossed my mind that this may have been a political move as well. Earlier in the semester, talk among the students had surfaced. There was talk about the school having quotas of graduating students. There was the notion that the School of Architecture could only allow so many students to graduate per year. If this was in fact true, how unjust, I thought. In tears, I would pray to the Lord for direction. I would ask, "Lord, what am I to do now?" There were feelings of rejection and of worthlessness and of sadness that I went through. The Lord brought to my side people who encouraged me, and more importantly, I turned to the Lord. I had learned that in the bad and difficult times, it was necessary, even more so, to look to God. Psalm 103, verses 6 through 14, is a beautiful passage for me. Through reading His Word, the Lord guided me. The Lord encouraged me to continue my studies, so I continued and the following year registered for the same class in the fall of 1990. In God's great mercy, the Lord gave me grace with a design instructor. Through the design process, the instructor helped me with tips and encouraged creativity. We were given an example of a 17th century sanctuary type structure designed by a famous architect at the time. In the project, we were to use the 17th century design as a template to design a building on a city corner lot. At the end of the semester, I had my design review again. I was a bit late in turning in my project. My professor stated in the design review that he rarely makes an exception for a student turning in a project late. Despite this, he praised the design and told me that if it were not that I was late, he would have given me an A. I ended up with a B, so that I would remain humble and remember that God was the one who lifted me up. As I look back, I know God had His hand on me. The Lord helped me have a clear mind and a steady commitment to finish the work I was doing. He deserves all the glory and honor. Amen.
To find us, you can visit Podbean at www.fmpl.podbean.com or search Positive Living in America or Esther's Chat on Positive Living on YouTube.